Salutations, my name is Summer and this is Sterling Reads. And I have Sterling and Rolo and Randall and Finchurch and May all here with me today. Rolo is the one scratching on the post. May is lounging in the bed. Oh, here comes Rolo. I'm sure he's gonna get into all kinds of trouble because that's what Rolo does. Sorry, I just woke up, so my hair is like sticking up in the back. I just want to talk about some books that I've read, what I'm currently reading. What are you doing, Rolo? Here he is. Causing all kinds of mischief. Okay. Anyway, so I don't know where my book is, and I'm kind of crooked here, which is fine. And Sterling goes in litter box. I'm telling you. But anyway, I read Wuthering Heights. I'm not sure where my copy is. It's somewhere around here. This was a reread, and I read it with a group of people, and I apologize to those people and the people that I'm reading Let the Right One In, because I have not been very active in that. I started a second job, so I've been in a lot of training. My hours have been all over the place, so I'm sorry. I'll try to do better, but you know how that goes. Wuthering Heights, the first time I read it, I did not like it at all. The second time I read it, I really enjoyed it. I was able to have compassion for characters that I couldn't stand before. I enjoyed the story. I was able to look into it a lot more. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it this time. Are you finished? My Sterling. You didn't come see me? It's like, maybe. What you doing? Anyway, here, I'll let you see my beautiful boy. He's like, let me down. Okay, so yeah, Wuthering Heights. I really enjoyed it, my reread. Another book I finished, which I don't have with me because it's downstairs because I want my mother to read it. It was The Way Home by Mark Boyle. He's an Irishman who, the book is about a year without technology. I mean, any technology, which was really, I don't know, I love that kind of thing. And this one I hope to read this coming month. You know, I don't know if I could read it soon or it'll go into November. I don't know when I'll make another video. That's why I'm talking about November books here. But yeah, I love The Way Home. I think technology can be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, think about your daily life and everything that you use. And also in my training, I've been having to do Zoom calls, and that has been so convenient. Instead of having to drive someplace or have somebody drive someplace to train us, we're able to just go on Zoom. And I appreciate that. But in saying that, I am no longer on Facebook or Instagram. I was never on any of the other ones. I am still on Goodreads, YouTube, and Storygraph. But I feel a lot calmer since I've got off of those sites, and yeah, I have more time. So anyway, I'm hoping to get to this. Let's see, I am currently reading Let the Right One In. I'm only on page 114. Really enjoying this, except for I have been coming home so tired from different training. You know, it's whenever you go into a different work environment and you have to learn all these things, even though I'm loving it, I did not expect to. I love my first job. I did not expect to love my second job, but I'm really loving it. But I've only worked a week there, so that could change. It's been a week of things going well, people being nice to me. I know I could go in tomorrow. I'm working 7 to 5, so I could go in and it'd be a horrible day. And I think that type of job, that's how it is. You don't know, you know, you have the good and the bad. Anyway, my whole point is I'm on page 114 because this book I feel like you could fly through, but I do not want to read it right before I fall asleep. It has certain things in here that are very dark, and I don't want to go there. when I go to sleep, I want to be thinking about, sweet, positive things, not nitty gritty, dark, emotional things. So that's the only reason I haven't gotten farther in that book. But I'll plan to, what is today? The 22nd or 3rd. I hope to read it before the end of the month. If not, it'll carry into November. You guys know how that goes. I love to read. I read every night. I'm not going to put that kind of pressure on me when it's something that I love to do. And you guys are the same way. Okay, so some other things, and excuse my hair's been all sticking up in the back. One of the things I really want to work on now, what's on my, I have a cut on my hand. I didn't even realize that's a scratch. Anyway, Overcoming Math Anxiety, and this is by Shelia, Tobias. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, since I was, we moved to Ohio when I was in the middle of 2nd grade. And when I got here, in Ohio, they teach you multiplication in 2nd grade. They don't teach you multiplication until 3rd grade in Texas. So at least that's how it was a long time ago. So I was already behind. I was shy. I was a new kid again. And I did not want any attention from the students, from the teachers. So I would just sit there and be quiet. And you know how it is in school. Sometimes if you sit there and be quiet, you can just be looked over because you do not want to draw attention. And that's kind of what happened to me through school is I just kind of slid by. And math has always been a struggle for me. When it comes to doing math in my head, I'll try and the numbers they will change themselves, they'll disappear. I have to write everything down. It's been an insecurity, my whole life. So I have some workbooks. I have this book, and I'm hoping to accomplish that this year going into next year. I want to make changes, and that's something that I'm no longer ashamed of or something that I want to hide. I want to conquer it. So something else that I've always been fascinated to learn more about, and that is Humanure. And this is the 2nd edition of the Humanure Handbook by Joseph Jenkins. I love the idea of in a safe, way to take care of your waste, because the sewer system is just so strange to me that you would add water to it, and I could see it becoming a huge problem, and we need our water clean and not, Anyway, I just started this. I've just been reading the introduction. I'm really excited about it. I know that sounds weird. Okay, so, and that made me forget. I actually been listening to an audiobook by Adam Savage, and he is the one who is reading the book. It's called Every Tool is a Hammer. And so a lot of that has been going over my head because I'm not a maker. I don't have all the knowledge he has, but I've been enjoying it. It's been entertaining too, and kind of like inspiring to make me want to build things. Like I put a list of things. I really want to build a bat house because I love bats and they're so good to have around. Okay, let's see. There are things happening in November. One of them has been created or hosted by Brandy over at the Book Collectic. It is called Howl for the Holidays, I hope. And you read 2 Hal Clements every month. I read Hal Clement. It was an ebook from the library not that long ago. I cannot remember what it was called, but I really enjoyed it. And it was very short also. The 3 books I own are very short. So I think it'll be an easy, as long as you can find them. I think they're out of print. I had a hard time finding the 3 books that I own. So if you know of some place I can go to find more of his books, because the library doesn't seem to have much. And I don't know if he has any chunky books either. Maybe a lot of his stuff is in anthologies, bind-ups. I'm not for sure. So let me know if you know any more information about how to find his work. And I'll link Brandy's channel down below. So something else, which I haven't decided if I want to read Migration or if I want to go back and reread the first book, Survival. This is by Julie E. Czerneda. Scott and Becky over the Bookish Bryants, they have created and are hosting New Worlds November. I don't know all the rules, so I will link them down below so you can go over to their channel if you're interested. Every week is something different. Like I said, I really want to reread the first book, Survival, because I enjoyed it so much, and it's been a couple years now before I go to this second book. Yeah, I thought I'd just go into this, but I'm like, no, I really want to reread it because I enjoyed it so much. Okay, so something else, and I do not remember who even started Nonfiction November, but I will look it up and I will link that person down below because it's just been going on forever. It's like one of those that, like Jane Austen July, you know, it's like one of these that happens every year, and I cannot remember. I want to say Olive, at a book Olive, but I don't know. So I'll find out, and I'll link the information down below. This is the only thing, I have 3 books I really want to read, but this is the only thing I'm going to say for sure I am reading in it for Nonfiction November. And it is South by Ernest Shackleton, and it's about his endurance expedition. And I'm really excited to read this. And look at this cover. This book was gifted to me by Mark over at Book Time with Elvis. So thank you so much, Mark. I'm looking forward to reading it with you. So, yeah. It's a gorgeous cover. Even though I'm nervous about, you know, what the dogs had to go through. And I hope I'm sure I'll cry. Something else I want to read is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I have a new coworker who is reading Without Merit right now, and it reminded me that I have this Colleen Hoover, and I love her books. They're very entertaining, they're heartwarming, heartbreaking. They like give you all the feels. The last book I read, I actually listened to. It was an audiobook from the library called Reminders of Him. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So she always does, like every book I've read by her, it makes me feel like she goes deep, deep in your heart, you know. But anyway, I'm excited to get back to a Colleen Hoover. So I'm sure I've missed some things. Everything's going well with me. My cats are well. My family's well. I am really enjoying both of my jobs. My schedule has completely changed. So my cats have been upset with me because they want me here at certain times. My first job was part-time, so I was here a lot more. Now I'm gone a lot. And Venture just standing up like, yeah. So I'll be gone even more. Because I'll be there full time and then my other job's part time. So we'll see how I work everything out. But yeah, that's what's been going on. And I'd love to hear how everyone has been doing, how they've been enjoying their October. Are you reading any Halloween books? You know, I always say I'm going to get my act together and I'm going to read some Halloween books for Halloween. I'm going to read some Christmas books for Christmas. I do have a Christmas book, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, I want to plan better, but it's just been a mess this year. And anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I don't know when I'll make another video. Bye.